More fallout from the Cowboys' loss against the Detroit Lions, 44-30, which on one hand does show how non-competitive that game was for a while and also still kind of undersells it a little bit there. We'll get to some overreactions, a lot of them coming out of this game on Thursday night. How mad are you? 1 to 10 is the scale. Cowboys the thing where they gave us hope of hey, maybe they can make the miracle one. We always talk about how unlikely it was, and now those hopes are in not a good spot. How mad are you? 1 to 10 is the scale. First overreaction, the playoff dreams are dead. And this is a mostly proper reaction, about 91% of a proper reaction. That number intentional there. Technically, the Cowboys are alive. They are not eliminated yet. They can't be eliminated this week. They are not out of the playoff race altogether. The current odds, they'll ebb and flow as the games go on this weekend. About 9%. 9% chance. It's not good. That's really low. Even if they win out, it's 42%. So you can win out and you need help. In most years, 10 wins, 10-6-1 is going to get you in. This year, I'm not so sure. I think there's a very real possibility this Cowboys team, comes up a game shy. That they just aren't able to close out on every single thing that they need down the stretch. That they cannot beat the Vikings and Chargers and Commanders and Giants. And even if they do, might be a half game too few. I mean, the Packers have 8 wins. The Niners have 9 wins. The Seahawks have 9 wins. Are the Eagles going to collapse? You need a massive collapse right now from Philadelphia because you're also games back of the Lions. You need a lot of help. So it's not technically dead, but, to use the kind of over-the-top analogy, you're kind of on vegetable status in the hospital. It's not looking good. The doctors have said that your family should make some peace. It's not over yet, but the life support's about to be pulled. So are the Cowboys' playoff dreams dead? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Overreaction number 2, we are right back to firing Matt Eberflus. I get it. Hey, man, you can't allow 44 points against the Lions. You can't allow 44 points against the Broncos. You can't allow 40 points against the Packers, 37 against the Giants, and be a real football team. The fact that you have scored 30-plus points multiple times this year, and you haven't won every single one of those games is a joke. You can't do that. Look, the defense is still bad. I don't have a long list of names I thought played well on defense tonight from a personnel perspective. It was a bad effort from many. Look, man, we got 14 weeks of the season. Why is Matt Eberflus allowing Marquise Bell, a backup safety, to be in coverage on Jamison Williams? How does that happen? Why is Kenneth Murray, who we'll discuss this more in depth later on Friday, why is he playing snaps that matter? He's blind. He doesn't know what he's doing out there. Stop doing it. At a certain point, if you keep putting the players in a bad spot and you keep playing the same guys that make a mistake, that's on you as a coaching staff. You can't just keep, I get you don't want to have the same, we changed coordinators again. Yeah, but doing something dumb so that it's the same is still being dumb. Look, you got 4 games left. If you finish the season and win, your last 4 games, whatever, you go 7-1 down the stretch, that's a great, you go 6-2. It's a great back of the year. But the defense's underlying issues, it's personnel related. There's a lot of guys I don't think played well tonight, but it's coaching related too. And that's a huge concern for me. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. That is Prize Picks. And now have early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. We're still waiting technically on the Sunday night matchup for the quarter sack from Will Anderson. First 2 did come through, though. Jake Ferguson, more than receiving yards. He did not play well. Javonte Williams, more than rushing yards as well. It's able to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get those picks right. You could cash in. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, good to be right. We haven't spent that much time, at least on air, about Nick Sorensen, the special teams coach. I've made comments about the kick coverage, the kick returns not being as good. I think this is a valid reaction about firing Nick Sorensen. Look, Matt Eberflus, let's be honest here, was a Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones hire. This was a Schottenheimer hire. The special teams has not been good this year. Look, Brandon Aubrey's been electric every single game. He kind of helped carry your offense in this one. But how many times has there been a huge special teams penalty? The kick coverage and the kick return units have not been good this year. They've stunk. They have not been a good team in this area. They've regressed. They clearly miss Bones Fossil. And Sorensen, coming from the Niners, he was a bad defensive coordinator. He has a special teams background that Shotty knew him from their time in Jacksonville, I believe. You can't have all these wasted yardage, just hidden yardage you're losing when the opposing team average, which is like their own 43. That's a first down and they're in field goal range. You can't win games like that. I think both of the non-Schottenheimer coordinators have some concerns. Of those two, who is the bigger issue right now? ME for Matt Eberflus, NS for Nick Sorensen. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. There's probably not a wrong answer right now, but let me know in the comments of today's show. Overreaction number 4. Is George Pickens suddenly a problem? Look, Richard Sherman bodied him in the post-game show on Amazon Prime, and I get it. He was not good enough tonight, or on Thursday night, I should say. He struggled. He had issues. He kind of looked checked out at times. He had drops. Pickens did not play well against the Detroit Lions. At the same time, are we overreacting a little bit? I think so. We're literally like a game and a half removed, 2 games removed from saying he's actually the number 1 wide receiver. The Cowboys should trade CeeDee Lamb. Now we're back on, you can't pay George Pickens. It's a textbook overreaction. I think the underlying concern of God, can Pickens, is the issues going to pop your rear head? I get all of that. And again, Pickens wasn't good tonight, Thursday night. I don't think it's fair to ignore the 12 games that have happened. I don't think we should let 1 game ever override 12, or even if you want to say 3 override 9. That's not fair. I can get some concerns on George Pickens. Those are valid. He wasn't good enough. That's a fact. I give him some credit for, talking to media post-game. Don't know if all of his answers were right, but you got to make every play you can. And I thought he was a negative tonight. That's how football goes sometimes. Are you worried about George Pickens? A for yes, B for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. A, B, C, D, or F. Overreaction number 5, and this happens every time the Cowboys lose. It's the quarterback's fault. I'll be blunt. No, it's not. That's honestly a brain dead take. If you go to the box score and say, 2 interceptions, yeah, but did you watch what happened there? Those both hit the receiver's hands. The Flanoy one, the second one in garbage time, was honestly a drop / a fumble. Hit him right in the hands. Went to Pickens. I think one of the PFF guys had tweeted out 0 turnover-worthy plays. What are you going to do, man? The offensive line did not play well. We'll talk more about that on Friday afternoon as well. That was not a good effort from the offensive line, a lot of the supporting cast. Your QB goes 31 of 47 for 376 yards. You should win games. You have a lot of issues right now. Your run game was not efficient enough. Your play calling, we'll discuss that in a little bit, was not very good. Defense, special teams. If you're tiering all of your problems, I think maybe Ryan Flanoy played a really good game. CeeDee Lamb before he got hurt. Brandon Aubrey. All those guys are the only ones who were maybe less of an issue than the quarterback tonight. We're live constantly. We're live for every Cowboys game, instant reaction, news, rumors, and more. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Free Cowboys videos each and every single day right here on the channel. Overreaction number 6. Is there concern to be had over Brian Schottenheimer? I think it's fair. Maybe I'm being overly nitpicky. It's overreaction, so if that's the case, so be it. I got concerns. I've seen this Cowboys team do it for a long time. Look, there are moments of good coaching. There's moments of like, I like that play call, I like that design, I like the aggressiveness, you made the right call in the moment. But also moments of like, what are we doing out here? Minor stuff even. But I think stuff that matters, like you're going to kick the field goal at the end of the first half. Why trot out the special teams immediately? It let Dan Campbell call a timeout because he knew you weren't going to go for it. When you're in that 29-yard field goal try to make it a one-score game late, why not bring the offense out and try to draw them off sides and take the penalty there? It's 5 yards. It's a 34-yard try. Who cares? The clock stopped. Why were you so conservative on offense in this game early? The constant 2nd and 10 runs. The constant trying to run play action down late in the fourth quarter. I don't really get that. All these 2 tight end packages against the Lions team that their linebackers are healthy and their secondary's not. I didn't get the plan early on. You scored 21 in the second half. That certainly matters. But slow starts, 4 games in a row. You've fallen behind early. That's an issue to me. This was the classic. The Cowboys went into a conservative game planning shell game. And I don't like that from my head coach.